Welcome to Food Fanatix. In this video, we'll be showing you how to make Pheni. It's usually eaten in Ramadan at Sehri time. You can serve it with hot or cold milk depending on how you like it. Add 3 cups of plain flour, 1 teaspoon salt, and knead with water. The dough should not be too hard or too soft. Press on the dough using your fist. Do not fold it. Cut into 4. Add one on top of the other and then knead with your fist again. You need to repeat this process at least 10 to 15 times. This helps in making the layers of the Feni. The texture of the dough will soon start to change and it will become soft. Cover with a kitchen towel and leave it for 10 minutes. Heat 3 cups of ghee. You need to melt the ghee completely. It should be in liquid form for you to make the Feni. After 10 minutes, repeat the process one more time by cutting the dough into 4 pieces, placing on top of another, and kneading with your fist again. Cut the dough into 2. You can place it on a tray and lightly knead it into a ball. Add the melted ghee on the dough and all over the tray. You need to ensure that there is melted ghee at all times on the dough. Leave it for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, make a hole in the middle of the dough like the shape of a donut. Lightly pull on the dough. Do the same process for the other dough. Add the ghee and spread it all over the dough and leave it for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, lightly pull on the dough. it will start to stretch. You won't need to use any force. In order to get the perfect feni, you need to fold the dough to get 256 layers. Twist the dough and place as shown. Add melted ghee and lightly rub it on the dough. And leave it for 5 minutes. Repeat the same process and lightly pull the dough. After pulling for a few minutes, we'll just fold it, add some melted ghee and leave it for 5 minutes. You're going to start folding now. This is the first fold and now you have 2 layers. Once you have 2 layers, you lightly pull on the dough again. Fold it, add ghee and let it rest while you're working on the other dough. You'll repeat the same process. You'll fold it and you'll have 2 layers. Open the first dough, lightly pull on the dough. This is the second fold and now we have 4 layers. After each fold, you have to lightly pull on the dough. Repeat the same process for the second dough. If the ghee starts to solidify on your tray, you can just remove it and reheat it. You need melted ghee, so do not work with the feni while the ghee is still solid. Now it's the third fold and you have 8 layers. Now it's the fourth fold and you'll have 16 layers. Keep on adding melted ghee at every step. Now we're at our fifth fold and we have 32 layers. You'll notice that it's starting to become thin. It's now the sixth fold and we have 64 layers. Add melted ghee on your tray. It's now the seventh fold and you have 128 layers. If your layers break, just add a bit of ghee and leave it for 5 minutes. It's now the eighth fold and we now have 256 layers. This is the last fold. As you can see, we now have a thread-like texture. Add ghee and leave it for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, lightly pull on the dough. You do not need to fold again. If you still feel like your feni is still thick, you can just pull on the dough again. To make small balls, take one end of the dough, roll it on 3 fingers. You can roll it 3 times and just lightly break it. And pull the open end from in between. Before frying, lightly press on the feni with your fingertips and spread it out. If you fry it the way it is, it will remain raw from the middle, so it's important to spread it out. Deep fry on medium to low heat. You can use a knife or a fork to separate the layers. You need to separate the layers so that they don't stick to each other while frying. Place on a strainer and let the ghee strain for 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, it has a very fine texture. You can serve it with either hot or cold milk, depending on how you like it.